Hello students, today I am going to do Year-End Evaluation 2019 Department of Education Eastern Province paper. So this is the first paper, you get 2 hours. So you already know there are 2 parts in the paper, part A and part B. So part A, 25 short questions and part B, 5 long questions. So spaces are given in paper 1. So you have to write down the answers in the space provided. So each question in part A, you get 2 marks, and for part B questions, you get 10 marks. So what about the time? So you have to manage your time. So you can spend 2 minutes part A questions, short questions, and you can spend 10 minutes for checking your answers. And what about paper 2? You can spend 12 minutes for each question. So let's do this paper. So in first page you get part A, 5 questions. Next page, questions 6 to 10. Third page you get questions 11 to 14. Next page, questions 15 to 19, and then questions 20 to 25. Part B, you get 5 questions. So you can try question number 1, 2, and the next page 3, 4, 5. So you have to answer all questions within 2 hours. So let's do this paper. Let's take question number 1. State as a decimal 3/4. So that's a fraction. So either you can use long division, or what's the other method you can use? You can convert the denominator to either 10, 100, 1000 like that. So we'll do both ways. If you are using long division, you have to divide 3 divided by 4. So 0, nothing for 3. And then you have to put decimal point for 30. How many 4s are there? 4 times 7, 28. And 2 remaining for 20, that's 4 times 5. So 0.75. That's one method. What's the other method? You can convert the denominator to either 10, 100, 1000 like that. So we can convert to 100. 4 times 25 is 100. So do the same thing to the numerator. Multiply by 25. So 3 times 25 is 75. Divide by 100. So that means move the decimal place 2 place to the left. 0.75. So 2 marks for that. Question number 2, write 2.85 kilograms in grams. What's the relationship? 1000 grams is 1 kilogram. So you need to multiply by 1000. What happens when you multiply by 1000? Move the decimal point 3 places to the right. 2850 grams. 2 marks. Question number 3, simplify algebraic fractions. Same denominator. So what you do? You can just add the numerators. 5 over 2x plus 3, 3 over 2x plus 3. Then same thing in the denominator, just add the numerators. 5 plus 3 becomes 8. 2 marks for that. Question number 4. Find the value of x. This is a right angle triangle. The sum of angles add up to 180. Already 90 is there. So that means the other 2 angles add up to 90. So 3x is 90. So what's x? 90 divided by 3. 30 degrees. So 2 marks for that. Question number 5. Find factors of 144 minus x squared y squared. 2 terms. So if we can write as a square terms, we can apply difference between 2 square terms. So I can write 144 as, what's the value? 12 times 12. So if you can't remember that, you can do it. You can divide and see how many numbers are there. So here 2, 2, 3. No? So that means 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 3, 12. 12 times 12. So 12 squared minus x squared y squared, I can write xy whole thing squared. So that's one term. Now apply the difference between 2 square terms. A squared minus b squared is, one factor is positive, other factor is negative. So 12 plus xy and 12 minus xy. 2 marks. Question number 6. If root 17 is 4.1, find the value of 68 root. So what's 68? Divide by 2. Divide by 2 again. So 4 times 17 is root 68. So we can take square root separately. Root 4 means 2. 2 times root 17. Now you can write down the value. Root 17 is 4.1. So 2 times 4.1. So when you multiply, what you get? 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 4, 8. So the answer is 8.2. So you get 2 marks for that. Let's take question number 7. 125 is equal to 5 to the power 3. State this in logarithmic form. So you know when you can write 10 squared is 100. What happens this one? This is called index notation. How you convert to log notation? We write log. Base goes here with the number 100 is equal to the index. So if you remember this one, easily you can do this as well. 125 is the number, 5 is the base and 3 is the index. So how can you write in log notation? Log base 5, 125 is equal to the index. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 8. An urban council charges 600 rupees as rates for a quarter for a house, which the assets value is 40,000 rupees. Find the annual rates percentage. So quarter means 1/4 of a value. So how you can find out the annual value? Just multiply by 4. So first we'll find out the annual rate. Annual rate is 600 rupees multiplied by 4. So what's the value? You get 2,400 rupees. That's the annual rate. But we need to find out the annual percentage rate. So what's the annual percentage rate? Percentage rate is equal to, you are paying 2,400 rupees for 40,000 rupees. And multiply by 100%. Now see, 2 zeros get cancelled out and divide by 4, 100, and this becomes 6. So this 100 and this 100 get cancelled out and you get 6% as the annual percentage rate. So 2 marks for that. So 1 mark for the final answer and 1 mark for the method. Question number 9. Simplify. 2 Lg. Lg means log 10 base. 3 Lg2 minus Lg2. Can you apply laws of logarithms? You can't because there's a number in front. So first thing you have to take these numbers inside. So what you do? So you can write Lg5 squared when you take 2 inside the logarithm. So what about this one? Lg 2 to the power 3. This one you can write as it is. Now you can apply laws of logarithms. So what you do when you have addition? Addition becomes multiplication. Subtraction becomes division. So we can write this one as 5 squared multiplied by 2 to the power 3 divided by 2. Now simplify. What you get? 5 squared is 25 and 2 to the power 3 and 1, 2 to the power 1 is there. You get 2 to the power 2. That's 4. Lg 100. So what is Lg 100? That's 2 because we can write Lg 10 squared. So here, as here we took inside, likewise you can take it outside. So this number when you take it outside, 2 Lg 10. What's Lg 10? That's 1. So the answer is 2. So in this one, remember, when you have same base, different numbers, addition, you get multiplication, and if there's subtraction, you can write as division. So these are the 2 laws you need to remember to do this question. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 10. Write the equation of the straight line having the gradient 2 and passes through the point 0, minus 3. So what is the equation of the straight line? Y equals mx plus c. M is the gradient and c is the y-intercept. Now m is given, gradient is 2, m is 2. What's the y-intercept? Look at this point, when x equals 0, y value is minus 3. So that's the value where the line cuts the y-axis. So that's the y-intercept. So what's the y-intercept? Minus 3. So you know gradient and the y-intercept. So what is the equation? Y equals 2x minus 3. So you get 2 marks for that. Identifying the gradient 1 mark and the y-intercept 1 mark. So altogether 2 marks for this question as well. Question number 11. 9 men can complete a task within 4 days. How many men needed to complete that task within 3 days? So we have to find out man days for this work. 9 men, how many days? 4 days. So how many man days needs to complete this work? 9 times 4, 36. Then to complete the same work, now only 3 days are there. So how many men needed? So same number of man days. How many men needed? 36 divided by 3. So you get 12. So that means 12 men needed to complete the work, same work for 3 days. So 2 marks for that. Question number 12. The two triangles in the figure ABC and ADC are congruent under the case SAS. Write other two elements that should be equal. So already given, this side is equal to this side. So here we'll take ABC triangle and ADC triangle. So when you take these two, already given, AD is equal to BC. So side is okay. Now you have to consider the other two elements. Now we can see AC is common. So two S's are okay. Now we need to find out the angle. The angle should be included angle. So side, side, angle. This angle is equal to this angle because the two lines are parallel. Alternate angles. So we can write DAC angle is equal to ACB angle. Alternate angles. So then you can see the two triangles are congruent because of side, angle, side. So 2 marks for that. Writing the two elements here. 2 marks. Question number 13. A car travels 18 kilometers for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. If it travels in uniform speed and its speed in kilometers per hour. So this is 1 hour. How you do? How many minutes for 1 hour? 60. So 15 minutes, 18 kilometers. What about 60 minutes? 18 divided by 15 multiplied by 60. So 15 times 4 is 60. 18 times 4. 4 times 8, 32. And 4 times 1, 4 plus 3, 7. So 72 kilometers per hour. So that's the speed. 2 marks for that. Question number 14. Expand x minus 4 cube. Now, we can write this one as square term and one more term like this because power 3. So, you can split it. And you know x squared. This squared is first term squared minus double of these two. That means 8x. And square term of the last term. That's 4 times 4, 16. Now what you do? You can expand. So you can expand and write all terms and simplify. So x squared into x is x cubed. X squared into minus 4, minus 4x squared. Minus 8x into x, minus 8x squared. Minus 8x and plus minus 4 becomes plus 32x and 16 times x, 16x. 16 times 4 minus 64. Now you can simplify the like terms. X cube minus 4x squared minus 8x squared minus 12x squared. And 32 and 16 becomes 48x minus 64. So this is the expansion. Or if you can remember how you write down straight away, any power, what's the first step? You write down the first term starting from the maximum power and it's decreasing. When you take the second term, that's minus 4, starting from the power 0, it's increasing. And what about the coefficient? So can you remember Pascal triangle? We write ones there. How you get the middle values? 1 and 1 becomes 2, 1 plus 2, 3, 2 plus 1, 3. So 1, 3, 3, 1. So you put the coefficients 1, 3, 3, 1. And these all are addition. Then when you expand it, you get the same answer. X cube minus 4 times 3 minus 12x squared. And minus 4 squared becomes 16. 16 times 3, 48x. And minus 4 to the power 3, you get minus 64. So you can use that method or this method. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 15. Represent the shaded portion of the Venn diagram in set notation. If you can't identify first, you can put A, B, C, D. And now we can write what's A dash outside A. That's A and D. What's B? That's B circle, C and D. But we need only D. That's the common term. So common term means A dash intersection B is D. So what's the shaded part? A dash intersection B. So 2 marks for that. Question number 16. What is the area of the square which the perimeter is 24 centimeters? So square means all sides are equal. If A is one side, A, 4 times 4A is the perimeter. 4A is equal to 24. So what's the value of A? That's 6. So one side is 6. So what's the area of the square? Area becomes 6 times 6. Length into length. 36 square centimeters is the area of a square. So 2 marks for that. Question number 17. Find the value of x according to the given data in the figure. So it's a right angle triangle. You can use Pythagoras theorem. So we can say x squared is equal to 13 squared minus 5 squared. So 13 squared, 13 times 13, can you remember? 169 minus 25. You get 144. 144 is 12 squared. 12 times 12. So x squared is 12 squared means x equals 12 centimeters. Here you can use difference between two square terms as well. So if you are finding factors of this, what you get? 13 minus 5 is 8. 13 plus 5. 13 plus 5 is 18. 18 times 8, 144. That way also possible to find out the answer. So 2 marks for the final answer. Question number 18. If x equals 2, y equals 3, find the value of x squared plus 2y. So just substitute x equals 2, 2 squared plus y equals 3, 2 times 3. Multiplication first according to Bodmer's. 3 times 2, 6 and 2 squared is 4. 4 plus 6 becomes 10. So 2 marks for that. Question number 19. Find the lowest common multiple of 3x squared, 2xy, 6xy squared. So what you do, first you can write down factors. 3 into x squared, 2 into x into y. Here you can write 6, you can write 2 times 3 x into y squared. Now how you find out the lowest common multiple? We take the highest power of all distinct factors. When you take 2, that's just power 1. 3 also power 1. When you take x, x squared is a maximum power. Y squared is the maximum 1. So what is the lowest common multiple? 2 times 3 is 6, x squared and y squared. 6x squared, y squared. So 2 marks for that. Question number 20. Find the general term of the number pattern 147. First term we can identify easily. That's 1. Now what's the progression here? You have to check whether the common difference is there or common ratio. So when you take the difference, what you get? 4 minus 1, that's 3. 7 minus 4, that's also 3. That means common difference is there. So common difference means arithmetic progression. So what's the general form? That's nth term formula. First term is 1 plus n minus 1 d equals 3. Now expand. 3n minus 3. 1 minus 3 is minus 2. So 3n minus 2. So that's the general form. Nth term formula. 2 marks. Question number 21. Solve the inequality 2x minus 1 greater than or equal to 5 and represent the solutions on a number line. So 2x becomes, when you take minus 1 to the other side, that becomes plus 1. 5 plus 1, 6. Divide both sides by 2. Greater than or equal to 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 is included. So what we do? We draw a solid circle there and then greater. Greater means right hand side. So we can draw an arrow to the right. That's the number line. So 2 marks, 1 mark for solving the inequality and 1 mark for showing on the number line. Question number 22. Find the angle BAD. This angle. According to the data in the figure, AD is a tangent to the circle. AD is a tangent means this is the center radius. This is 90 degrees. Radius and the tangent both are perpendicular. If this is 130 and this length is equal to this length, radii, OA is equal to OB. So that means this angle and this angle both are equal. So what's the angle? OAB angle is 180 minus 130 divided by 2, equally divided. So 50 divided by 2, 25 degrees. So this is 25. The whole thing is 90. So what's BAD angle? BAD angle is 90 minus 25. So you get 65 degrees. So 2 marks for that. Question number 23. In the figure AB, that's 6. But it says this is the midpoint, so this is 3 and 3. AC is 8. Again, Y is the midpoint, so this is 4 and 4. And the perimeter of AXY triangle is 12. So that means, what's the XY length? AXY triangle, so 3 plus 4 plus XY is 12. The perimeter is given. So XY becomes 12 minus 7, that's 5 centimeters. Now they ask what's the length of BC. What you know about this one? This is the midpoint, this is the midpoint. According to the midpoint theorem, these are parallel and XY, when you multiply by 2, you get the BC length. So half of it, BC divided by 2 becomes XY, or XY when you multiply by 2, you get BC. So XY we found 5. 5 times 2 is the BC length. So what's BC? 5 times 2, that's 10 centimeters. So according to midpoint theorem. So 2 marks for that. Question number 24. In the figure ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. All points on the circle. According to the given data, find the value of ADC angle. ADC angle means 2x value. In a cyclic quadrilateral, what you know about the opposite angles? Opposite angles add up to 180 degrees. So these are opposite angles. So 5x becomes 180. So what's x? Divide both sides by 5. 36 degrees. If this is 36, so what is ADC angle? 2 times x. 2 times 36. That's 72 degrees. So remember the in a cyclic quadrilateral, opposite angles are add up to 180. 2 marks. Question number 25. PQ and QR are 2 boundaries of a land. A light post should be placed equidistant to both margins and 5 meters away from Q. State the location of the light post in rough sketch. So what are the 4 loci points you need to know? Equidistance from a point is a circle. Equidistance from 2 points is the perpendicular bisector. And equidistance from 2 lines is the angle bisector. And equidistance from a line is 2 parallel lines to that line. So which one we have to apply? One is this one and this one. 2 things we have to apply in this question. So equidistance from QP and QR means you have to find out the angle bisector. So what you do? You can take the distance, take any distance from here, draw an arc here, and then keep the compass here, and here you bisect that angle. So you get this angle. Then what you do? 5 meters away from the point Q. So you take 5 meter length and draw a circle. So what you can do, you can take 5 centimeter length or 5 meter means you have to take the scale drawing 5 centimeter, and then the intersecting point of this loci and this one is the point here. So state the location of the light post is here. We'll take L as the light post. L should be here. Equidistance from this point. So mark 5 meters here. From this point 5 meters. So the radius of the circle should be 5 meters. So 2 marks showing this arc, 1 mark, and finding the L point with the bisector of the angle is 1 mark. So 2 marks for that. So this is the last question in part A. So we did 25 short questions, each question worth 2 marks. So next we'll do paper 1 part B. Now let's do part B. Part B, you get 5 questions and you have to answer all 5 questions. Question number 1 about fractions. So that's, you get 4 parts. So let's do separately. Part 1. A person divides 1/4 of mangoes with him among his friends. 1/3 of remain mangoes saved for his relations. What fraction of total is remaining with him after given the mangoes to his friends? 1/4 is given. So what's the remaining part? 1 minus 1/4. 1 you can write 4/4 minus 1/4. That's 3/4. What fraction of total is saved for his relations? 1/3 of remaining mangoes. So remaining mangoes 3/4, 1/3 of that. So 3 get cancelled out. So that's 1/4 saved for his relations. So how many marks for these 2 steps? You are getting 2 marks for this and 3 marks for this step. So let's take the next one. 1/5 of remained mangoes sold. What fraction of mangoes was sold? So how many mangoes now already gave? 1/4 to his friends and 1/4 for his relations. So 1/4 and 1/4 becomes 2/4, or that's half. So what's the remaining amount? Remaining part is 1 minus half. That's half. You can write 2/2 as 1, so you get half. So half is remaining. 1/5 of remaining mangoes sold. So what is the fraction sold? 1/5 of remaining one, that's half. So 1/10 sold. So what fraction of mangoes was sold? 1/10. If 80 mangoes were sold, find the total number of mangoes that he had. So 1/10 of mangoes is the sold part. That's equal to 80 mangoes. So what is the full amount? That means 10 parts. So the total becomes 80 times 10. 800 mangoes were there. So how many marks for part 3 and 4? 3 marks for this step and 2 marks for this one. So altogether, earlier we gave 5, this 5, 10 marks for this question. Question number 2. This is about area. So altogether 5 parts are there. Perimeter is there. So we'll take a look at the question. The figure shows a portion of land in a garden. It consists ABC right angular, triangular portion and a sector of a circle with radius 7. So this radius is 7 centimeters. Find the area of ABD sector, quarter of a circle. So what's the area? 1/4 pi r square. Pi is 22/7, radius is 7. So 1, 7 get cancelled out. 2 with this, you get 11. 77 divided by 2. 3, 8 and 5. 38.5 square centimeters is the area of the quarter of a circle. Then the area of the sector of circle and the area of ABC triangle are equal. Accordingly, find the length of BC. So area we found, that's equal to area of the triangle. So how you find out the area of the triangle? Half into base is BC and the perpendicular height is the radius of the sector. So that's 7. So we can easily find out BC. So what is BC? 38.5 multiplied by 2 and divide by 7. So this is 77 divided by 7 becomes 11 centimeters is the BC length. So how many marks for these 2 steps? So you get 2 marks for the area and 2 marks for finding the BC length. Part 3, find ADR, arc length. This one. So 7 is here. So how you find out the arc length? Again 1/4 into 2 pi r. 2 pi is 22/7. Radius is 7. 7 get cancelled out. This 2 and this 4. You get 2. 11 is the answer. So 11 centimeters. So this part is also 11 centimeters. And 4th part, if AC is, this should be centimeters. We took all in centimeters. So this is also we'll take in centimeters. If this is 15 centimeters, find the perimeter of the land portion. So this is 15. Arc length we found 11. And what about BC? BC earlier we found as 11. So this is also 11. So what is the perimeter? If it's a land, all the units should be meters. Then we have to change it to meters, everything. So we'll do that because this is about a land. So 11 plus 7 plus 11 plus 15. We'll write in meters. 5, 6, 7, 14, 2, 3, 4. 44 centimeters, not centimeters. Now we'll put meters. And I'll change all these to meters. This is also, we'll take meters. So the previous part, I'll take meter squared, meters, and this is also meters. Now all measurements given in meters. Now it's correct. So here, how many marks for the last step? this part 3, you get 2 marks, and 44 also 2 marks. So this is not the last part. So you have another part. So we'll do the next part. If this figure should consist 2 such sector of circles and a rectangle, by doubling the figure, complete it. So that means you need to get twice of this. So 2 sector parts and 2 triangular parts. But you need to get a rectangle. So we'll connect like this. So this part will connect here. So double of this, you get a rectangle. So that's what they are explaining, like double of this and double of this. So we'll put the same piece here, this part to this side. This and this part. So you get something like this. So you get a rectangular part, that means double of these 2 triangles and double of this. So that's the figure you can get. You can draw this part down or any place that you like. So you get full marks for that. So 2 marks for this step. So we gave 10 marks, 2, 4, 6 and 4, 10 marks for the whole question. Let's do question number 3. It's about pie chart and you get 4 parts to answer. So we'll do separately. The following pie chart shows the information about the game like most of 300 students in grade 11 of a certain school. How many students like cricket? 120 degrees out of 360. Altogether 300 students are there. So we'll divide 300. That's 360 is the full circle. But we want only 120 degrees. So you get 3 here. 300 divided by 300 students like cricket. Then second part, if 75 students like volleyball, this is 75. Find the angle at the center of that sector. So 75 there. So we can use the previous information. So the angle we have to find, but we know 360 degrees means 300. Now we need to find out 300 students. So other way around. 300 students, 360 degrees. 75 students, what's the angle? 360 divided by 300 into 75. 0 get cancelled out. 5 times 6. 30. 5 times 1. 5. So 15. So 6 times 6. 36. 15 times 6. 90. So 90 degree is the angle there. So we did 2 parts. How many marks for that? So for 100, that's 2 marks. And for 90 degrees, 2 marks. 4 marks there. Part 3. What is the angle at center of the sector represented the students who like football? Now we found this is 90 degrees. So easily you can find out the other angle because the total is 360. So 360 degrees minus the other 2. 120 plus 90. So 360 minus addition of these two, 210. So 0, 5, 1. 150 degrees is the angle. Then fourth part, find the percentage of students who like football from the total to the nearest whole number. So football, that's 150 degrees out of 360. So you can use that. You can use angle as the ratio into 100%. 0 get cancelled out. 3 times 5, 3 times 12. Then you can do 2 times 6, 2 times 50, and 2 times 3, 2 times 25. 25 times 5, 125 divided by 3%. So roughly how much? 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 1, 3. For 20, you get 3 times 6. So likewise, so we need only to the nearest whole number. So 6 is more than 5. So you can add it and write down roughly 42% is the percentage of students who like football. So how many marks? So according to the marking scheme, 150. So you get 3 marks for this step, and 42 degrees, 3 marks. So earlier we gave 4, 4 and 6, 10 marks for the question. Question number 4. So percentage question. We'll do separately. When import a car of worth, what's the value? 2 million. 40% custom duty is charged. How much should pay as customs duty? 40% of that. 2 million. 6 zeros are there. Into 40% of that value. 2 zeros get cancelled out. You get 1 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Another 4 zeros. 4 times 2, 8. So 800,000 rupees is the custom duty. Find the new price of the car after paying the custom duty. So you have to just add it. So 2 million plus 800,000 rupees. 2,800,000 is the answer. So how many marks for these 2 steps? 2 marks for this one and 2 marks for this step as well. So 4 marks given. Next part. After paying the custom duty, it is sold for 4 million and the profit gained by him. So you are asked to find out the profit. So profit is the difference between the 2 values. So sold it for 4 million. But after paying the custom duty, so 2,800,000. So what is the profit gain? Here 2 and 1. So profit is 1,200,000 rupees. Find the percentage profit of the amount invested by him. So percentage profit is profit divided by the amount he spent, 2,800,000 into 100%. So it's 3 zeros, another 2 zeros. 2 times 6, 2 times 14, again 2 times 3, 2 times 7. So 300 divide by 7. 7 times 4, 28. For 20, that's 2, 17. So 7 times 2, 14. So 6 remaining. So 6 over 7 or 60, again divide by 7. 7 times 8, 56, and 40 again 7 times 5, like that it's repeating. So we'll write up to 2 decimal place. So that's 42.85%. So that's the percentage profit. So let's give marks. So you get 1,200,000 3 marks. And this answer you can write correct to whole number or 1 decimal place. So 42.857, but we did only up to 2, so 3 marks for that. So 3 and 3, 6 before we gave 4 marks, altogether 10 marks. Last question in paper 1, that's about Venn diagrams. So let's do. Following Venn diagram shows the information about the students who sit for an examination. Students who sat for examination is the entire set. Girls who sat for examination is A. Students who passed the examination is set B. How many girls passed the examination? So girls passed the examination. So you have to know this value. So 30 is the full circle. This is 12. So what is this value? 30 minus 12. 18. So how many girls passed the examination? 18 girls, who are represented in colored portion in Venn diagrams. So shaded part, so not girls. Outside A means not girls, that means boys. Inside the past, the students who passed the examination. So that means boys who passed the examination. Then third part, state the shaded portion in set notation. So set notation, how can you write down this part? Outside A. So that means A dash, but inside the B circle. Intersect with B. So that's the shaded part. So how many marks given to this one? 18. You get just 1 mark. Boys pass the examination, that's 1 mark. And A dash intersection B, that's 2 marks. Now we'll take the part B. In a bag there are 3 red balls and 2 blue balls. Randomly a ball is taken out and the color is recorded. Without replacing the ball, another ball is drawn out and color is recorded. Represent the sample space of above event in a tree diagram. So how will you draw a tree diagram? You have to find out what are the possibilities. Getting red balls and 2 balls. So here 2 branches are there. So we'll take 2 branches, red and blue. And the next one also you can get red or blue. So another 2 branches. So we'll do at once. And then you have to label it. So this is red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. Now how many reds? 3 out of 3 plus 2, 5. 2 out of 5. That's the probability. Then you are taking one and not replacing. So red is taken. So now 2 reds are there. So now altogether how many balls? 4. So 2 out of 4. So out of 4 now 2 blues are there. This is blue one has taken. So then 1 remaining. So 1 over 4 there. Getting another blue. Then red ones 3 over 4. So this is the tree diagram. So how many marks for that? So you are getting 3/5, 2/5, 2/4, 2/4, 3/4, 1/4. So 3 marks for this tree diagram. So we have to answer another 2 questions using this tree diagram. Using above tree diagram, find the probabilities of obtaining a ball in same color in both occasions. So same color means red and red or blue and blue. So 3/5 with 2/4, red red or blue blue. So 3/5 with 2/4 and how many blue ones? 2/5 with 1/4. So you get 6 over 20 and 2 over 20, altogether 8 over 20. So 4 times 2, 4 times 5, 2/5. And part B, obtaining a red ball at first. So that means red first and then blue second time. So only one path. First time red means 3/5 and then blue 2/4. 3/5 and 2/4. So you get 3 over 10 is the probability. So how many marks for these 2 steps? So you get 2/5, 2 marks, and 3 over 10, 1 mark. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 marks for the last question. So we completed paper 1. 25 short questions and 5 long questions, and each question we gave 10 marks in part B. So first try the paper and then watch my video to check your answers.